What's going on, everyone? My name is Impulse, and welcome back to Hermitcraft. We're starting things off here today in the Industrial District, and I just noticed that set I made for Let's Make a Deal short that we did with Tango, and Gem also did one, and Azuma did one too. I don't know if I ever showed that footage. Anyway, it looks like a face, doesn't it? A little eyeball over there, and it kind of looks like a mouth out of the bottom. Oh, great. I'm never going to be able to unsee that. Anyway, we're doing a project today. We're going to do a big project here in the Industrial District, and I'm excited about it because it's something I haven't really ever done before. It's messing around with dripstone, and more specifically, turning dirt into mud into clay, which can then be smelted and turned into terracotta, because I have a terracotta shop, and as much as I like digging, I'd rather just have it be automated and have a farm that does it for me. So that's what we're going to be working on. As you can see, I've already started on it because, well, I was streaming and I just started throwing some blocks and some redstone down. And the next thing I knew, we had built this much. And I thought, well, I forgot to record any of that and actually make YouTube content. So here we are. Let me show you how this works. Basically, we have a little dirt dispenser that every time we place a piece of dirt, it's going to kick it over. It's going to hit it with a bottle of water. That's going to then get refilled up and sent back into the system in a little loop here so that we can just have a constant run of water bottles. Then it moves over and gets piston pushed over and makes this real flat layer here. And that gets pushed across and then up. And you can see it's actually sitting on top of blocks with dripstone under. And that's what starts to pull all the moisture out of the mud there to turn it into clay. Now, this has been sitting here a while because as much as I've built, it's kind of at the end of its piston pushing line. So judging by the results of these 3 layers, by the time it gets to the end of the line there, only 30% or so of my mud will be turned to clay. And I think I want more clay than mud to fill our terracotta shop, although mud could be useful too. So I want to kind of keep some mud as well. So I'm going to take this design and build more layers up. Basically, the way it's working is these blocks get pushed all the way over, make a line of them, and then the whole piston line here pushes over, and then we have this kind of floor of this. And then once it gets to the end of the piston pushing limit, we go up and push it over and let it go across all these, and that whole process just slowly drains the water out. So I think I'm going to have to build, probably 2 more floors to get the results I want out of this thing. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that now. It's a pretty simple design. All right, there we go. A couple layers added, and this should be enough that as this snakes through this entire system, most of this will turn into the clay there that we need, and we'll have enough of the mud left over for any of the mud blocks that we might want in the future. So obviously right now it looks like it's mostly clay. It's because as I was building it, was sitting in the system and getting drained slowly from all the dripstone, which I was able to get from Cub. So thank you, Cub, for that. I did pay him generously in diamond blocks, but I really needed this dripstone for this project, and I didn't really feel like also making a dripstone farm. Not yet anyway. So the next step of this is we need to get this clay into a form that we can drop TNT into it and blow up as many blocks as possible. So we're going to need to do some piston manipulation with this final bit that's coming out right here. And I need to figure that out because I'm not really sure what the blast chamber should look like for clay. I'm hoping we can break a bunch of it at once is the goal, because I'm going to be crafting this TNT, at least for now, because I don't really dupe TNT. I mean, I haven't duped TNT in a while, and always felt a little weird about it, but I mean, I don't know. They still haven't patched it. The developers, they treat it as if it's just a feature in the game at this point. So I don't know what I think about TNT duping. You guys let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. Would love to hear them. But for now, I'm going to craft TNT, and we'll blow this up so we can get these blocks into item form, and then that way we can ship them off into our storage over there. All right, I spent a lot of time in creative trying to figure out what to do with this floor and able to get it into a shape that we can drop TNT into. And I think what I decided is I want to make a 3 by 3 by 3 little tube here, and then we'll just drop TNT right down the middle of it, and that will blow all of it up, and probably quite a bit of layers above and below it. I'm hoping at least a full 5 by 5, I guess, area. 5 by 5 by 5, if you look at it, I suppose. But that's kind of what I want to make. And in order to do that, we are going to have to go up and start to separate this floor right here. So if we kind of like take these 3 and maybe push them up, and then take like these 3 and push them down, and then kind of do that, we can then separate these all and then eventually get them into that tube shape right there. I think that will work. It's probably not the max efficiency for blasting blocks, but it's going to give us a good amount every single time. So I'm happy with that. And the redstone won't be like super duper complicated, but we do have a lot of piston pushing we have to get in place. So I'm going to do that now. All right, step 1 is complete. I am separating the floor that is 12 wide. First, I split it into 6 and 6 right here by having some pistons push it up and then other ones push it down. So that separates the first 6 and 6. And then from there, we separate again with this one. So we got 3 there and then 3 down here. That's just kind of continue pushing this along as this gets separated from it. And then I kind of do the same thing on the other side. We've got pushing down and pushing over. And so you see we got our 3 there and 3 here. And now that we've got them split up like this, I just need to shape them into that tube over here. So this is actually pretty cool to watch. Let me go actually place some of this, and I'll do like a little replay mod action so you guys can see it from above as I'm placing this. But we'll come in here and I'll just grab my dirt here, and I'm gonna have more spit out, and we'll just place 12, and once it hits the 12th, you'll see all the stuff move. So there you go. Hopefully you saw that. And it looks pretty cool, like all the blocks moving and pistons pushing everything in all sorts of different directions. And then from down here, you can see it even better. There's our 3, 3, 3, and 3. So the next part gets pretty interesting because we need to like start turning these around and stuff and then pushing them down into the tube. So more redstone to go, more pistons to go. And when this thing's done, I'm excited to watch it. It's working. Look at that. We have formed that tube I talked about. It's all getting pushed downwards. At some point, we're going to reach a piston push limit with this wall, I believe, because that's the highest one. So there's only so far we can go before we need to start dropping TNT and exploding this thing and then catching all the goods. But we also need to make sure that we don't drop it and have it explode around all the redstone, because I really don't feel like redoing all of these little piston tape mechanics that you can see. I mean, we had to get pretty creative, especially with this one. We had to go all the way over and then turn it this way and then turn it again to be able to create this wall. May not have been the most efficient way to do it, but I had fun like learning all these little piston tape mechanics anyway. And we're using this really cool trick where once the block goes up against that wall, it changes the orientation of the wall, which triggers an observer, which immediately fires the pistons. And we're kind of using that like everywhere. This entire machine has a bunch of those, you can see. I love it. So that works out great. And once again, it's nighttime. And the next thing I need to do is actually install a TNT dropper, because like I said, we're not going to dupe TNT just yet. I'm still thinking about it, but I'm going to put in a dropper that drops TNT, or a dispenser, I should say, that drops TNT and then hopefully blows up down here low enough that we don't risk any of that redstone. So, all right, I'm going to take a little nap here, and we got some more redstoning to do. Okay, I think I've got the TNT dropping system in place. We got a dispenser here, and basically when you press the button, TNT will shoot out. It'll sit on that pressure plate, and then after a bit of a delay, it will drop, and then hopefully it drops at the right height to where it only blows up all the clay down there and none of our redstone. So I'm going to put in just one for testing, and here goes nothing. Oh gosh, it feels so terrifying being right next to this. Okay, there it dropped, and it exploded. All right, let's drop into free cam mode so we can see the damage. Okay, so it did take out some of the blocks there. Did it take out any of our redstone? It all looks like it's still intact. I think we've got the timing just about right. Now we need to decide how far down can we actually push this thing before it reaches the piston push limit. And it looks like we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks being pushed already. So we could go another 6 actually. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention, when we blow up the clay, it's actually going to turn into clay balls. So that kind of stinks, because then we need to craft them back into blocks before we can put them into a smelting array to get them into terracotta. So I was hoping to just like have it go straight into a smelter, but as you can see, they drop in ball form. So that kind of throws a wrench in that plan. And somehow, didn't we Didn't we just take a nap to sleep the night away? It's nighttime again. I swear, it's nighttime like every 10 seconds here. Okay, so underneath this, we obviously need a collection chamber. And of course, we're not going to push a bunch of blocks, go up there, and then press a button. I think what we should do is we should put in a little counting system. So basically, every single time all the pistons fire to push something down into the tube, we count, and maybe like every 5th time or so, we need to kind of judge how many times we can get away with before the piston push limit gets reached. But maybe like every 5 times this thing goes off, then a TNT drops and hopefully takes out a bunch of blocks all at once. So yeah, I'll add a counter right now. That should automate the whole thing, and then I'll be able to just stand back and run it, and we'll see if it's working. All right, I've attached a counting system now that should mean every time the 5th time blocks get pushed, it should set the dispenser off. And so we put in the number of items that we want to count to. In this case, we said 5 should do it, and put a little input on here. Now, the input is actually going to come from an observer down here. So basically, when that block gets pushed into that wall, it will trigger an observer to see that, and then that signal comes up here. And so basically emulates hitting that button there. And you can see a caret moved over, and then again, and when it finally gets emptied, that's when the signal would carry on down through to the dispenser here. So I'm gonna go ahead and do it. Well, let's pop 1 TNT right in there, and I'll hit the button a few more times, and hopefully, yeah, 1 more means it should activate. Yep, you can hear the TNT going off, and okay, woo! Okay, if it didn't drop that TNT, we would have been in trouble and there would have been a mess. But that should do it. Like I said, it's getting triggered from that observer directly into that same input we were pressing. So that should definitely work. All right, well, what do you know? Nighttime again. I'm gonna sleep, and then let's run this thing and watch it work. Now, we're not collecting the materials down there yet, but that's okay. I just want to make sure it works. And yeah, we want to see how big the explosion is so that we know where to put our collection basin. So here we go. Let's give it a whirl. All right, I've heard a couple explosions go off, and there's a bunch of clay balls on the ground, so that's good. And it looks like it's still making this a-okay, and it's working. I think that means it's working. It's continuing to build the walls. There's no redstone event exploded, no pistons out of place. Guys, we did it. That's fantastic. Oh my gosh, look at all the clay balls. And then we just do that, and we'll set up some sort of crafting thing that we can quickly craft all the clay balls back into clay and then send them into the smelter. But yeah, next up, I'd say we need to make a little collection tray at the bottom. This should be simple compared to all of that. All right, we've got the collection chamber in now. So anything that blows up and falls is landing all in these water streams, and then they just fall down below, and we're able to collect them in this chest here. Now, there is one last thing that I probably need to do, because if we ran out of TNT right now and we kept placing dirt, it would be bad, because this would stop blowing up, and then it would reach its piston push limit, and then everything would just kind of lock up. So I want to put in one more kind of safety mechanism up here where we've got our TNT dispenser, and you can see I probably need to go make some more TNT, and I'm thinking I might actually do like a hopper on the back with a chest and just really fill this thing up. But we are going through about 1 TNT every 45 seconds. So if I ran this overnight, yeah, we could easily run out of this and lock the machine up. So I want to create a mechanism that sees the fact that we're out of TNT and basically just stops me from placing blocks. So I'm going to put in that right now. So we've put in a little safety shut-off mechanism here. Basically, it's just reading through this block how many TNT are in here. And the second it gets down to none, you can see the signal turns off. And this line goes all the way over to here and down, and basically it tells this piston, when I'm out of TNT, just keep extended, so that as I'm standing here, I can no longer place any blocks, and that'll prevent me from kind of clogging up the system with more blocks than it can handle, because it's no longer blowing up our little tube over there. All right, we've got a whole shulker box of TNT crafted, and since we're using 1 every 45 seconds, if my math is correct, this is going to last us over 21 hours of running this machine, which I think it's pretty good. I'm feeling pretty safe with that. And, you know, we've got our mechanism in place in case it does run out, if we were to AFK overnight and then forget about it and not log on the next day or something. But, however, we don't have the storage ready for this. In fact, with all this clay balls coming in, even if there is space in here, they end up stacking up on top of this hopper. It's just not getting them fast enough. So I think what we'll do is we'll go ahead and install the waterway, just like all the other farms that transport everything over to our mass storage area over there. And because we've got so many clay balls, I might actually dedicate more than one slice of the system to clay balls, and that should help pick them up faster. So maybe these two right here will be the clay balls, and then mud afterwards. That should be fine, but you can see we've got kind of a far way to go with the path here. I might actually tee off of this one and then carry it out there, but since we built this in the far back corner, we've got a bit of a ways to go with this path. So, all right, I'm gonna go get some frog lights, get some ice and water and glass and gold pressure plates, and we'll get the job done. Path to the collection system is now done and in place, and we've even set a couple item filters. I actually ended up setting 4 filters for the clay balls because, yeah, I mean, basically every time a single block explodes, it turns into 4 clay balls. So I figured that was about fitting. I noticed with only 2, they were circling the system for a little bit. So hopefully that's enough, and then we'll store the mud blocks as well. So I'm going to run this thing for a little bit so you can see it end to end, from the placing of dirt to the creation of mud, to the drying into clay, to the shape of this tube and blowing up and then making its way into the sorting system. That was a fun project. A lot of pieces, a lot of moving parts, literally. So now we get to see it in action. Well, I'd say that's another farm off the list here in the industrial district, and obviously we still got a lot to go. We've got a lot of open land left that we're going to fill. If this thing's ever going to look like the motherboard that we envision, we got to do a lot more farms and fill it up. So it was nice to start and finish a farm in a single episode, and you know what? We got a little bit of time left, so let's go back to our base and see what's going on there. All right, I'm going to be recording as I go through this portal because I've been told to expect something here. Uh-oh, are we blocked in? What's going on? Hello? Why is there... No! Oh, no. Pearl strikes again with the googly eyes. No way. Wait a minute. What is this? Oh, our beard thing is gone. Doubloons? What? Congratulations, you have won some doubloons. Okay. I don't know what this thing is. Oh, no. Oh, every single side of this place. Every entrance has this. Oh no, they even did the teeth and the tongue down here and up there. That is so derpy looking. On the back side of the portal too. Oh no, I thought we were even. I thought, okay. I thought because she did the googly eyes out front on my statues and then I struck back with the Mario thing over there, that made us even. Did she do anything else? Did she do anything? Did she do anything else? No more new googly eyes. Okay, I think it's all. Oh, what's that? What's that? Oh no! What is this? Pearl. Now I gotta gem into Pearl. Come on. Hey, look, my eye branding's still on Gem's base. Nice. This is gonna get out of hand. Our beautiful bases are gonna turn into something not so beautiful, just some wacky remnants of prankage going on. Nice one, Pearl. Oh man. All right, well, we've been working on that project for a few days, so I guess I will go over to the shopping district and we can actually, I want to fly there. I'm gonna check on some things over there. Grian's ask him what we're doing. He must be bored. Actually, we're just flying by Grian's place right now. Smelting copper and ignoring back of it. Oh, what? Again, ignoring the back of his base. Oh, yep. I see that.
Here we go. He's
here. This is him smelting copper. This is him. Do we
hit him?
Grian?
So he turns his mic on.
Grian? Grian.
Hello.
What are you doing?
Smelting copper. I've got a lot of copper. Oh, what's this for me?
Sit.
Look, you're not gonna make anything with copper anyway. Tango's broke, and we don't need it. What are you wasting your time for, man?
Build.
I want to age it in Mumbo's base. That's what I'm doing.
Why?
I don't have a good answer for that.
You're procrastinating.
We just flew by the back of your base, and it is not even close to done. What are you waiting for, man? It's not gonna build itself.
I don't
Grian,
want.
Dream Slayer. This is an intervention.
I don't want to do it.
Backside of the mansion.
I don't want to
This
do
is
it.
backside of the mansion energy again. We can't have that on the
No.
server.
I understand this has become a
Grian.
bit of a meme with you, but like it's gone a little too far for it to just be every single base you do. It's about time. It's about time you do the back of something.
Build it.
I don't.
Build
But I
it.
don't want to.
Build it.
You
Build it.
One of us. One of us.
Come
guys-
on, Grid.
You guys didn't do the back of your base at some point, I'm sure.
Hey, I may
They're
have
done.
a few missing windows, but it's finished. You come and
Done.
look. You
Done
come
and
and
done.
Mine's done.
Mine's
Get over
all the
there.
way done.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah, we've been on the server
I mean,
for
he
a
lives
year.
in a
Go,
cave. I don't know
go
if
do
that
it.
counts.
It's been a year and I haven't done
That's it. Hold my
Grian.
hand. We're walking over there, mister. Let's go. Come on.
Go.
Come on.
Go.
I don't want to.
You're doing
We
it.
have a
Do
fishing
it.
rod.
We're not leaving until it's done.
Oh, come on.
We'll watch you do it. We'll keep you company.
I
have
even got
snacks,
my
guys.
boxes. I got my boxes as if I was going to do it.
As
That's
if
a good
you
start.
are.
That's a good start.
Off you go.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah. Start placing
What are you
blocks.
gonna do with the one mushroom?
We'll be here.
I don't know. I had plans.
Listen. I'll count down from 5, and when I get to 1, you go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Off he goes. Come on. Come on.
Backside's
Come
up
on,
there.
that was
Off you
Grian.
go.
I'm
Yeah.
getting my
Pathetic.
blocks together.
Okay, get them blocks.
Yeah.
All right. Come on, we'll cheer to lead you on. We got you.
I don't have
You
the right
can do
blocks
it.
for this. There's. I
Gran,
don't.
We'll wait.
it's been too long.
We'll wait.
Go.
This is fine.
Go. Go
If you
place
don't
a
leave
block.
the grid, I'm gonna Hawkeye you.
All right. Okay.
Go
I'm
quick,
going.
go
I'm
quick.
going. I'm going.
That worked actually really well.
Oh,
This
good.
is
You were-
scared with a Hawkeye.
It's
I
very
mean-
threatening. It was good.
Between Gemini Slay and Hawkeye, yeah, he definitely knew what was best for him.
Hey, if I hit that TNT block up there, do you think it would explode?
Probably.
Yeah, that's what TNT
No,
tends to do.
Scar, don't do it. Hey, that's gonna distract him. He needs to stay focused, okay?
Oh, that's true. That's true. That's true.
Because
Wow,
that'll
look at this,
blow
he's got
up, and
coral.
then he'll decide to do something else. He's actually placing blocks.
Guys, I don't want to. I haven't got enough time. I need.
You
A
got
year
time.
isn't long enough.
One block at a time. Chip away on it. Don't focus on the end. Focus on the
You
journey.
can do it. You
I don't
can
want-
do it.
Got it,
It's
Grian.
just the back of the base. It's the same as the front if you look at it from this side. You can
It's
do it.
not. It's not the same as the
It is.
front. The front is cool and it looks at me and everyone sees it. The back is just for the sake of it.
Green, I was literally flying by the back of your base on my way to the shopping district when you said something, and I looked right at it. It was obvious it wasn't done. It needs done. You've got this.
You gotta give me more time. You gotta give me more time.
We'll give you time,
You're
but
gonna be out on the streets, so get back to work.
we'll give you time. But if you don't get it
We'll check
done,
on you.
we're gonna have to. There'll be consequences, my friend. Consequences. You hear me?
There's gonna be a time you come back to this house and that door's gonna be locked, Grian. So you get back to work and you show us, you make us proud.
Yeah, you go build. We'll check on you in a bit.
Looks great from down here.
I can't stay up all night doing this. Can I do this tomorrow? I gotta sleep.
No,
Do we let him? Rain
It's
check
late.
this? I don't know.
absolutely
I
not. You
think
never
we
know
just
if you're
gotta-
gonna wake up in the morning. And what if he died at night? And his legacy is that he didn't
That was
finish
a
the
little
backside.
grim.
Sky, you can take a seat. You can take a seat, buddy. Are you okay?
Yes. I got a lot of
We
sleep
could state
lately,
that
to
in a
be
different way.
honest.
Seize the moment, Green. Seize the moment. You got a good flow going. Just keep
No, I
rolling
don't.
with
I
it.
don't know what I'm
Procrastinating for a
doing.
year is long enough. We've run out of time.
Give me just 24 hours. I'll get this. This will be done.
Okay. Well, 24 hours or else. I mean, there's got to be a
Or else
consequence
what?
if you don't finish.
Or else what?
You're gonna get hot guide and Gemini slayed, and I'll also hurt you a little bit.
But that happens
He'll-
all the time. Like,
He'll mine up your
that's-
rocks. Dwarves
That's an
love
everyday.
rocks.
You gonna blow up the rocks?
Yeah, he loves
Yeah.
rocks.
Yeah. Well, I'll mine them away. I like digging. I'll make it so you're gonna have to
work
also
on
do the
that.
front when it's all said and done. Again.
Oh, dude.
Mhm.
Okay, 24 hours. Give me 24 hours, and it will be done.
Work.
It'll be
Okay,
done,
it better
I
be.
promise.
We're gonna be back to check on you. No excuses.
Have you guys seen the giant tunnel bore that Doc's made?
Grant,
Yeah?
focus, buddy.
No, I don't wanna!
Come on.
I hate you!
I kind of want to see the bore machine.
Scar.
I don't hate you. I love you, really.
Love you
Oh,
too.
okay.
Grian, can I see the bore machine?
Yeah, let's go! Let's go! This way!
No, no, come, Scar. Ah, Scar's an enabler.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna log out. I'm all done.
Goodbye.
All right, I'm gonna leave one last message. Alrighty, I'm gonna go now. He
Have
builds it,
fun.
or else we get back at him or something. Okay, I'm gonna go. Bye.
No!